Today I found an API, a software bridge, offering 1 billion monthly tokens or text chunks to access over 100 AI models. And I discovered this free LLM API on producthunt.com. The software is entirely open source. Notice how this open system supports OpenAI standards. The project has nearly 5,700 stars on GitHub. As shown, it's an OpenAI-compatible proxy, a middleman server. And it actually, watch how someone built this to directly query or ask over 14 AI providers. So, a single key grants you 1 billion tokens, completely free. As you will soon see, this monthly setup is a self-hosted proxy compatible with OpenAI. You can choose from 60 free tier models across 11 different providers. Notice here how the system connects directly to providers including Google Gemini, OpenRouter, Cerebrus, Grok, Cloudflare, and GitHub models. You can execute this locally on your machine. To begin, you need to clone the First, open the GitHub repo where you're developing. First, just clone the repository to download the files. Then, navigate directly into that new folder and open it using VS Code. To start, you must first open this .env, or environment variable, file. Now let's change this file name to .env. Notice how the active port number it runs on contains some useful information. Your initial encryption key is automatically set to 3001. First, generate a 64-bit encryption key on this screen. Next, I am going to let AI handle this step. First, complete these necessary setup steps before launching the software. Then we can generate. Next, the tool creates our output, which I will simply copy. Run npm install, then npm run dev. First, install the required dependencies, which are external helper files, by running the command npm I. To host this API, you first need to install Node.js locally on your computer. Notice how every available module you see right here will be installed in this exact location. Here we have a complete full-stack programming application. You will notice that every single file is written entirely in TypeScript. What you see here is the client side. Notice how this is built with React.js, which means it takes a little time. Next, install the required dependency. First, start your local development server by typing npm run dev, located at localhost port 3001. Next, simply paste those keys into the UI or user interface. Head straight to each provider. Easily obtain your API key from Gemini, OpenRouter, or Grok. You receive 1 billion tokens every month by using all these. So that's over 14 providers. You get unlimited free access without entering payment details. Notice this self-service feature on the screen. This API is fully open source. Feel free to examine the source code as well, so just wait patiently. The system will alert you when the installation is complete. First, let the required dependencies install. Notice how it just generated this new Node modules folder. Following this, just enter the command npm run dev. Running this boots up the development server locally. It will simultaneously launch both the server and the client. Next, the system displays your assigned port number 3001. So, notice how it has initiated this process. Notice how this device hosts the server, while the client operates on this second machine. Now navigate straight to localhost. Notice right here, the database is also initialized, meaning prepared. Next, watch as the interactive playground environment launches on your screen. First, you submit your message into the chat prompt or text box. First, navigate to the key section to find your unified API key, a secure digital password. And then select your chosen provider, meaning the service source, from the various options. Notice platforms like Google AI Studio, Grok, Serverless, GitHub Models, OpenRouter, and Cloudflare. First, visit each provider to obtain and configure your API key. With Google AI Studio, you just paste this key making setup incredibly straightforward. First, I will walk you through a quick demonstration of how to begin. First, navigate to the API key section in Google AI Studio to generate your free API key, which acts as a secure password connecting your software to their system. After pasting it, simply click the Add Key button. Likewise, you can explore alternative providers by looking directly inside OpenRouter. First, setup is extremely straightforward. Simply paste in your API key. Use this area to experiment. First, simply set up these API keys and you can use it entirely free with no limits. Instead, it actually provides you with a full 1 billion token. Notice this specific detail right here on the screen.